Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Here we have Chaim Snow on a flight somewhere, catching up on 3 Daf Gemara. That's how we like it, 3 Daf. Meir Mandel, thanks a million for the shiur. I like this a lot. Rabbi Sai, if you're Hasidish, send in some pictures, some emails. We got to do more of this. This is Givaldic. I started Moed Cotton, such an unbelievable positive energy and stories. Keep it up. It was great seeing you and getting a picture in Brooklyn. Here you are now. You're on that thing. See? Clip attached to my boy saying good morning, Rabbi Sai, Meir Mandel, Staten Island. You ready? Here we go. For a video. You got some audio for me?
Good morning, Rabbi Sai.
I like the little guy. I think it's the guy.
Good morning, Rabbi Good morning.
No. Stop. Okay. Ooh. How do you get out of this? Gary, help. Oh no. Okay. This was unbelievable. My daughter just came late last night, and of course the kids are jet lag. Everybody's jet lag. So here we go. I got to show you something, but please do not tell my daughter or my son-in-law that you saw this. Go weiter. You ready? What about the daf? This is my grandchild, obviously.
What do you want to do? I didn't hear what you said. What do you want to do?
I will do the daf.
You want to learn the daf? But it's 4 a.m. You sure you want to learn the daf? It's supposed to be.
He knows what the daf is, my friends.
What's the daf?
This morning.
What daf do you want to learn?
The daf up there.
Yeah, there's a daf up there. Yeah, true. Daf up there.
It's like everybody else.
So, come, let's learn the daf. You want to learn now? Okay.
Bye.
See you soon.
Yeah. Chaim's riddle that you mentioned in today's daf reminded me of a story. I had a non-frum English teacher in 7th grade that we used to bother. And one day we asked him if he puts on tefillin every day. And he responded, no, because I was born on Shabbos. Okay? You like that? Okay. I had a zchus of being at the shiur on daf 63. What's your name again, Tzaddik? Eli Spitzer from Lakewood was also at the shiur. Drove in from Lakewood. How far of a drive is it? Hour and a half. Yishkach for coming. And today also, where are you coming from? Another hour, Baruch. Plus you had to get up early, the whole thing. Wow. Givaldic, Eli Spitzer. Are you related to the Spitzer that I beat up in Passaic? Okay. On Daf 60, no, he's my roommate. I beat him up. Who? We already. You're a guest because I already gave him the shaman, but thank you very much. Yeah. And he was introduced by. I had no idea how many hidden listeners you have out there by the comments that people. You're also, by the way, I don't know if you have WhatsApp, but you're going to start getting now messages. I see you on the shiur, the whole thing. Yossi Tesser, Lakewood, New Jersey. Yes. Who? That's what Menachem Ateh just said. Everybody's saying the same joke. Yeah, he's on his phone up there. He doesn't know it's flying. Now we're starting to understand a lot of the issues here. He's just in a different world. He's zoned out. This email, I'm not so sure about the name, Moshe Chickenpox. In today's shiur, you said that the price of a ksuba is approximately $36,000. A relative of mine recently got divorced, and the ksuba was 8,000 shekel. My chavrusa also told me it's very inexpensive, but I saw that Ramosha says that it's 100 pounds of silver. So I did the math, 100 pounds of silver, $36,000. I don't know. Maybe there's a ksuba in America. What it costs to live in America, it's $36,000. And I just saw you could live a whole year on 8,000 shekel, maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to let everybody know that until now I was bitter about the idea that Hashem is Messiah of the tefillos of tzaddikim. People would tell me that when I waited for kids and when sick, it was cruel of Hashem. I really appreciate the small note Rebellion made that it's not because Hashem needs it, because it makes the tzaddik a better person. It now makes me a little more sense. It doesn't seem quite so cruel. Thank you. The parnasah chodesh for the koilel, which, by the way, when I said the koilel, everybody in the koilel took the official policy of the koilel is that you have to take the dirshu test all the way from the beginning of Shas. So they all chazard, they learned harder during Ben Azmanim than during the Zman, they said. The wives are so happy Ben Azman was over, they have their husbands back. They took 860 daf. But in addition to that, 4 guys in the koilel took 1,000 daf test with Gemara Rashi Taisvis, with Taisvis. So, just wanted to mention that. I forgot to mention. Sphira, today is the 25th day of the Oimer. Hayoim, Chamish Vesrim Yoim, Shem Shal Shosh Voice, Varbo Yomim Ba'oimer. Parnasah for the koilel is sponsored Lzchus Shiduchim for his family. And the koilel for the day. Oh, you see, we started yesterday, koilel for the day, because people want to eat meat. If you're official Amoritz, you go to the shiur, you're Amoritz, you want to eat meat, you have to give money to Tamid Chachamim. Anonymously, as a Zechus, for Yeshua Elio ben Tzipayra to find the Shidduch Bekaroi, parnasah chodesh, Lzchus Rav Zechariah Shimon HaKohen Wowlerstein, Zechus by his kids. Parnasah chodesh, Zechus to Ahron Hatzlacha and to you, to my share in the video editor of Hatzlacha and the community, now is in the shiur, the Nishmas, Reb Avraham Yitzchak ben Miyamin, parnasah chodesh. Ahron Fraiman Lzchus continue parnasah siyadta dishmaya and Hatzlacha to rebelli. Parnasah chodesh boy family, Eli Nishmas, Eli Weinberg A ben Reb Avraham and Eli Yair. The one who was nifter at 59, his last picture was with me. Parnasah chodesh, the Wolkenstein family. Im ein kemach in Torah, ein Torah, ein kemach. By the Lock and Lebovic families, Lakewood, New Jersey. Another one, Lakewood, New Jersey. Because Torah is the best gula. Parnasah chodesh anonymously, Lzchus Zechariah bas Yosef. Parnasah chodesh. Another anonymously, as HaKaras HaTov Hashem Zechus with health and bracha. The Shlofrak family, Lezchus Nishmas Menachem Yechiel ben David. Lzchus our mother's 12th yard side, Ruth Lang, Aleh Shalom, Rachel Rusbas, Hachava Avraham Esther, Daniel Korn Yoeli, Chavi Lang, Miriam, Avraham Tikotsky, David Chavi Lang, Oshin Sheni Lang, next. Aber Renner, Lili Nishmas Mai Zaidi, Reb Meir, Shammai, Ben Reb Abba, Ben Reb Abba Moshe Renner on his yard side, Shamshin Siegelman, Lili Nishmas, Molandi, in honor of the 60th birthday of Mike Dinowitz, who has been with MDY since Brachas Daf Beis. When I asked a tzibur of 700-800 people, how many people started with Brachas Daf Beis? I think 5. How many people raised their hands? 5 or 6 people, maybe.
I was one of them.
Who?
I was one of them.
You were there and you raised your hand.
Yeah, like there was like 5 guys.
Were you there really you're here from Brachas Daf Beis? You don't count. You're from Eretz Yisrael. So from the American Olam, we went down from 5 now to 4. We're going to daven for our friend who sits right over here on the front table. He's going through a very hard time with surgeries and everything else that he has in his life. Today he's having a major surgery at 10:30. Thanks to the MDY family, Mordechai Shlomo ben Sora Tili. And here we go. Another very, on the Gadata side, daf. We're holding, Rav Yosef Rei Rava Lirava. It's 6 lines from the bottom of Samach Daled Amud Beis, moving on with Yevamos, Mamish, plowing through, flying through Yevamos. Unbelievable. Before we know it, there's going to be another scene. It's less than 2 months now. Scene. Rav Yosef Rei Rava Lirava. Rava's son tells his father, "Boy, my name is Rav Yosef." I asked Rav Yosef Halacha Kerebi. So yesterday we had a machloikus. How many times does it take to do a chazaka? 2 times or 3 times? Is the halacha like Rebbe that chazaka is only twice? V'omer li'in. Yeah, the halacha is like Rebbe. Chazaka is 2 times. Later on, I asked him, "Halacha Reb Shimon Gamliel, is the halacha like Reb Shimon Gamliel?" In other words, he didn't ask him how many times it take to do chazaka. He asked him, "The halacha is like Rebbe." Yeah, the halacha is like Rebbe. Then he asks him, "Is the halacha like Reb Shimon Gamliel who says 3 times?" V'omer li'in. Yeah, the halacha is like him. He tells his father, Rav, I think he's making fun of me, joking around with me. These are anonymous mishnayos, like our Mishnah. If you look at our Mishnah, it says after 2 times, Nasi isha v'shayima eser shana v'lo yalda, 10 years. Girsha mutaras l'nas l'acher, she has a second time she get married. And that's it. 2 times she's allowed to get married. That doesn't say who says it. It says that chazaka is 2 times. So, upashat loch nisuin umalkiyos kirebi. The halacha is like Rebbe that when it comes to marriage, like in our Mishnah and Malkus, like the Gemara is going to describe, the halacha is twice, like Rebbe. Vestois, a veses of a nida, v'shar amuad. Everybody knows, all kids in school, they learn about shar amuad 3 times. Why? This is machlaik. In fact, it's not really machlaik. Even Rebbe admits by shar amuad, says Taisvas, but he admits he's going to be maskim to Rishim Gamliel in this case. Nisuin, that it's only 2 times. Hadamara. We said a woman can get married twice, 10 years each. After that, she shouldn't be getting married to somebody that wants to have children. Malkuyois, what's Malkius? The Snan. Mi shalaka v'shana. A guy is a over avera. He can't control himself. He gets Malkius, and then he repeats. Bezdin kaisin oisoi l'kipa. After he gets his second Malkius, they put him in a jail. Now he has a chazaka that he's a rasha after 2 times. Listen to this, it's terrible stuff. You think he only gets malchus. It's not only. They give him cholent. And what happens when you eat a lot of cholent? You give him barley. A lot of cholents on barley.
Dry barley.
Okay, without potatoes, without the meat, I get it. Dry barley. It's going to expand in his stomach. And he's going to self-destruct. We're not going to kill him, but we'll give him something to eat. That does it work with pigeons? I wish that works with pigeons. Let's put it out on my porch right now. Vestois, what's a veses? And how long? Veses, in order to get a nida's period, 3 times. This nan, eino isha koivas lo veset ache tikvaeno sholish pamim. So, in a veses kavua means that if a woman sees dam the same exact day, vav adar, vav nisan, vav iyar, 3 months in a row at the same day, vav, then you know that she is going to see dam the following month on the same day, or if it's every, let's say, 28 days times 3. What's the nafkamina? Nafkamina brings Rashi dayashata. If a woman touches fruit and then she sees dam, do we go retroactive 24 hours and we say everything she touched within the last 24 hours has tumas nida? Or since she was kaveyed, now we know for a fact it's going to happen on vav, so anything that happened before vav nisan is tar, because she already established the veses. So, but that takes 3 times in a row. Ve'ein mitaheres min haveses. She doesn't get out of this veses. Mimeno sholish pamim. If she only missed twice, she's still in it. So Memela, if let's say she didn't check, she doesn't see dam, but because she has a veses kavua on vav every month on vav, so we're going to tell her you're tamei. So it goes l'chumra also. L'kula, that the fruit and the food that she touched before the time of her veses start. But l'chumra, even if she didn't do a bdika, she didn't see any dam. We're going to say she has dam because that's the way she is. Every vav she's going to have dam. And she's muchzik l'tuma until she could establish that she's not in the veses. Now she goes different days, different times. B'shar muad, what's a shar muad? It's not. Ein ashar nasa muad ad she iduboy shleisha pa'amim. You have to, in order for an ox who gores to pay the full amount, he has to be doing it 3 times. And that we learn from a pasuk. And that, even Rebbe agrees that it's 3 times. Tana Rabbanan. Nises l'rishoyim v'loya l'banim. L'sheni v'loya l'banim. There's a woman, it seems like she has the problems with her because she married 2 men and she was with them for 10 years and she didn't have any children. L'shlishi lo tinase, ela l'mishi yesh l'banim. She shouldn't get married unless it's somebody that is not mechuy b'pruvu, he already has children. Then she can get married the third time. Otherwise, she's not allowed to get married. What if she went ahead and she got married? The guy made a mekach tos. He didn't know that she can't have children, so he releases her without a ksuba. Geshmakik questions, Rabbi say. Why did I say geshmakik? Some of these questions, you're probably going to think the opposite of what the Gemara says. She got married to the third guy, and they didn't have children for 10 years. The first two husbands gave her a ksuba, but now it's already established as a chazaka that she has a problem. Think about what could be the svar that maybe she doesn't have a problem. Why could she keep her ksuba? So now, they're a moitzi mechaveira. They already paid up the ksuba, $36,000, 8,000 shekel, whatever it is, a couple $1,000. Now they're coming back 20 years later to say, look, you have a problem. Admit that you have a problem. You married 3 men for 10 years. You cannot have children. I want my money back. You see that you're the problem. You need to prove that I'm a problem. Look, when I married you, I was 20 years old. Now I'm 50 years old. I can't have kids from the third guy. I'm already older. Something happened to my body. I don't know what. How do you know that I was in this situation? My body's the same as it is today as it was 20 years ago. It's a long time ago. Says the Gemara, says the Gemara, she's probably right. They have to, the burden of proof is on them. And she has good taina. Things happen over years. Not everybody can have children in their 40s or in the late 40s, whatever it is. Ibaylu, Nisis L'Revi. What?
Why does the third guy have to let it go after 10 years?
No. So that's a big nidain. I think this might be the sugya that the Ritva has 12 pshatim. It's a big problem. You're right. It is a very big issue. It's a memon of shach problem. It's like, if there's a chazaka now, so then why is the chazaka, if you don't want to use the original ones, how do you... Yes, the Rishonim are all over this. Ibaylu, Nisis L'Revi, another very interesting question. She marries a fourth person, v'hayula banim. Stop right here, don't look inside, think about what the halacha should be. She gets married finally in her 50s, and she has a child. No, could she have children? She could have children. So the guy that divorced her without a ksuba, he should pay up. Why not? Her body changed when she's 50 years old to have children.
You just said the opposite. You said it was 20 years ago.
What changed? Her body's finally healed itself. Interesting. You would say such a svara. Jonathan says that the same way we say the body got worse, the body can get better. Interesting. Okay? I wouldn't have thought that. I'm reading law. They tell her, listen, it's better that you shut up and you don't bring anything up rather than talk. Why? Because if you talk and you say, look, I'm able to have children, says the third guy, if I would have known that you're capable, I would have never divorced you. So my whole divorce is a mistake. So now your children are mamzerim. It's a shtickle problem. So just don't take the 8,000 shekel. For 8,000 shekel, it's not worth having your kids being mamzerim for the rest of your life. It's better with the 8,000. Sometimes I'm going to use $36,000. Sometimes we use 8,000 shekel. Says the Gemara.
If I would have known this about our divorce, the whole world.
Says the Gemara, Papa, good. Shatka. What does that have to do with her? Anami Shatkinon. If it's a good taina, that's basically what you're asking in a way, maybe even better than what you're asking. If it's a good taina, forget about what the people are saying. We Bezdin have to say this is mamish. It depends on a mekach tos. You're married to a woman. What are you divorcing her? Because you don't get along. Oh, I would have known that you're nice. We're talking about a medical condition that he was wrong about. But why does that have to do with her? Even if she's quiet, but it's a good taina, a mekach tos is a mekach tos, whether a person tainas or not. And these kids, nimsa get batlu b'nem amzerim. Says Rapapa, obviously, then we don't go back. There's no such thing as going back after a person divorces his wife, and she already gets married, and say, oh, had I known. It doesn't work like that. Like you said, then the whole world will be mamzer. Then we have to go back to what Jonathan said before. It's possible that, now she was not healthy before. She stopped eating regular bread. She started eating whole wheat, and now she can have children. Hu omar mino, vi omar minei. He says, of course, it's her fault. It's your genes. Vi omra minei, and she says it's his fault. Omar rebe ami dvarim shebeino leveino nemenes. If they are private things that no one could see but her, then she's believed. The time am I. The Taisus even the Rishonim thought, but isn't there? She's biased. She's negabedover. She wants to get married to another man. Why should I believe her? Okay, but you see that she has nemonas here. The time am I. He kaimelo beyorik echet. Hu loy kimlo beyorik echet. The Gemara is using, I believe, I don't know if I'm right, but one case that maybe it doesn't really work today, scientifically or not scientifically. The point is, she has a taina. She says that the zera doesn't shoot like an arrow. So in Mela, that's why, but only she would know that. It's information that only she would know. Maybe it's other things, other diseases, other things that she knows, but in a way it's difficult to say because it says that he doesn't know. Only she would know. Omar iyu ezel inziv. So in Mela, she says, I have inside information that I'm telling you, you're the problem. You're the cause of the problem. As she says, somebody that has such a condition can't get pregnant. So what does he say? He's a chacham. He says, you know what? Let me try out another wife. If it's such a problem, let me see. Let me check it out myself. You don't be my doctor. I'm going to go to my own doctor. So he has to give her a get and give her a ksuba. If you're going to marry another woman, then you have to divorce her and give her a ksuba. Rav Omar, no. If we could find out later on that's his fault, then fine, he'll give her a ksuba. But right now, he's permitted to marry another wife. And we already discussed this yesterday, that according to the Ashkenazim, the Zechrim, if you hold it's the most hold that it still exists. Some want to say that it's over already. But even the halacha that you can marry, and the Sfardim say there's no Cherem Derem, but they would have to ask Lzchus from their wife, because today you get married with a Tanai almost, and a Sfardi sent me, Joel Mizrahi sent me his own ksuba, where it says that he won't marry another wife in there. I never heard that lashon. Send me the lashon. What? That's the Sfardi ksuba. That's standard, not for Ashkenazim. Because they don't have a cherem derem gershim. So you guys insert a line that I won't marry another wife unless I want to, unless he has. Okay. I'm saying all these guys that marry another woman. If there's the guys in Utah, they're not Sfardi. Aren't there like Teimanim? I don't know. There's nobody alive today that has two. Okay, 50 years ago. So 50 years ago, what did their ksuba look like? That's what I'm asking. I don't know. They have a different ksuba than his ksuba. Okay. Or they got Lzchus. Huh? You're asking that? That's your big thing. Yes, the regression is over. I can read other people's mail. Gewaldig. Wow. Nice Adam kamen Ashon Ishtai, but because nice Adam kamen Ashon Ishtai, but with the Islay, there is a ninoi, there is a nini, on condition that he's able to be mefaris them. He can't just marry a bunch of women and then they're all hungry. Daf Amud Beis, sponsored by Moshe Horn in honor of the Gold Star Moti Donut. Sponsored, I saw yesterday that when I say this, there's donuts flying through the screen. Could we do like Krispy Kreme or something else? It was on 2-speed, so it went by real fast. Okay. No, seriously, I was thinking to myself, I don't know, I have to try it out, but certainly other people should try it out. Take another Masechta, do Megillah again on 2-speed. You finish Masechta like in just a few hours. I think I might do that. No, because I was one of the shiurim I was preparing that yesterday when I showed that the thing of of 137 years. I didn't know what it was talking about. I looked it up, and I made a chart. So I went to the shiur, and I played it like on 2-speed. It's like, this is not bad chazara. He's not a bad magid shiur. He's a little interesting. But if you do it on 2-speed, do a whole masech like that. Shmak.
People listen to it the first time.
Right. They all do. They all do 1.5. Yeah. Who amar begoy es? Who amar apalt begoy eser? You have another. We said in the Mishnah, if she miscarries within the 10-year period, so then her whole 10 years starts all over again. She just showed that she could conceive, so she's a bar hachi, however you say it, baras hachi, and then the clock starts from the time she lost her pregnancy. So who amar apalt begoy eser? You have another 3 years on the clock. Because, yes, we're married for 10 years, but don't forget that 3 years into it, you had a miscarriage. I don't want to give you a ksuba right now. The Mishnah says you mechayiv. Today, we're not mechayiv people to divorce, the whole thing. But the Mishnah says, after 10 years, he has to come up with $36,000. He doesn't have his $36,000. So what does he do? He has an excuse. He says, it's not 10 years yet. The 10 years starts from 3 years after our marriage. I have another 3 years. Then I'll get my 36. Says Gemara, v'yomer loy, a palace. Loy palace. I didn't have any miscarriage. In other words, she's saying about herself that she is a what? An akara. A full-fledged 10-year akara. Or Rabami abezunya menes. She's believed. Dim isa de pila, this is in halacha. Nafsho bakarta loy machzika. A person doesn't want to say about it themselves. You go onto the Bell's website now, you have to put in official akara. So now it just, you heard about the Bells? Whatever. I don't want to say it again because then the Bells, they don't watch anyway. So fine, we can talk about it. They have a website that has all the people in Shidduchim, and it just narrows things down. You say, I want this, I want that, I want that. We have to say, I want to live in Eretz Yisrael, I want a koil guy, I want this, and it narrows down. So now she's going back into the website because she just got divorced, and she says, right, I was married for 10 years, I'm official akara. It's not a good thing. She much rather say that I conceived once. It happened 3 times that she miscarried. Now we have a woman who has a chazaka that she miscarries. And what? A woman who has a chazaka who miscarries, you have to divorce her and you give her a ksuba. Now I have friends that had more than that. So once again, whatever the Bismanin was different, we don't force get for that, etc. Who amar apilo trey the omrot loss. Now I'm not saying it's one after another. If she had like a viable child, I'm sure that this halakha doesn't apply. It means that she cannot have a full-term pregnancy. Who amar apilo what? This treatment is I guess. Yeah. So there's treatments on pregnancies also. That you mean so that the whole 10 years is not Varaya, that this couple that lives right over there 21 years. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What? On what? On people that have infertility, 50%. Okay. No, it's 2 different things. There's a woman who's that can't get pregnant.
If she miscarries, it's usually antibodies.
So that's a whole different parasha. For that, but then there's the treatment that people can't have kids. Period, like the others. Okay, yeah.
Generally, 50%.
Okay, 50%. Rabbi Schoenberg says that 50% of the cases of Bizman Hazeh are cured. Okay, it's not a bad number. Halavai should get better. Who Omar apilo trei v'yomrot las? What if they have an argument how many times she had a miscarriage? She says 3, he says 2. Why does he say 2? Because he doesn't want to divorce her. He doesn't want to pay a ksuba. Omer Rizal ben Elazar, Uvda Haba b'midrasha. There was a situation. V'amru hi mehemno. She's the one that's believed. Dimisa delaya apilo. Because if it's true that she only did twice, why would she say about herself that she has a chazaka again? It's going to be terrible in her resume. So that's why. Right. So that Tosfos discusses that. That's what I said before. I don't know if exactly in this case, but he brings that. That's one of the things that Rishonim talk about. What kind of nemanas she has? She's biased. You have it? Sponsored, the official Mishnah sponsored anonymously for how many? I'm going to look at this again. Anonymously is one. It's like 6 anonymous. It's okay, fine. Huh? You don't have to read the anonymous. That's exactly what Nasal Gans was saying yesterday. Okay, I think they like it. I think they think it's cool. So we have machlokes in the Mishnah. We're very familiar with this shita, that it's the man who's chayiv on pru revu, but not the wife. So if you look at the pasuk over here, it says Vayivarchu Yisam Elikim Vayomer Lohem. Hashem told them, both of them, Adam and Chava, pru revu. The Amira was to both. Umilu Haaretz v'chiv shua. So why would you say that it's only to her, to him? Rabbi Yochanan ben Beroka Omer, Al Shneim Omer, Vayivarchu Yisam Elikim, Vayomer Lohem, Elikim pru revu. Benan Emili, Omer Rabbi Lo, Mishum Rabbi Lazar Rabbi Shimon, Omer Kro, Umilu es haaretz v'chiv shua. Because then the pasuk says v'chiv shua, you should conquer ish darke lechabesh, v'nish darke lechabesh. A man goes to war, not a woman. So Mela the chiv shua is megal in the rest of the pasuk that we're talking about the man. Says the Gemara Adarabba, if you're going to use that word, very good that it's the derech, but look how it's written. V'chiv shua tarti mashma. The word v'chiv shua is written plural. Mashma that's talking about 2 Adam and Chava. Or Ytzchak uchvashel.
Wouldn't the commentary also make it feminine?
Huh? I don't know. But not like this. Maybe, I don't know. If it's singular, so it can't be what the tziv is only on her. The point is that the word doesn't have nekudas. The way the Torah is written is without nekudas. So we put in v'chiv shuha, and we're saying that it's plural, but it's written in singular. Ve'uchvasheh. There is no vav. The pasuk doesn't have a vav. It's a shuruk. Because it doesn't have a vav, and we stuck in the vav through nekudas. So it's our thing. It's something that we did, but it's really written a little differently. Singular. It's written in the Torah. If you look at it as an Amaretz, you're going to be reading it as singular, but we have a tradition that you read it as plural. So don't ask me a kasha from the plural. Rav Yosef Amar Mahacha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Yaakov Avinu, Ani kel shakai, pray urevei. It's a tzivoy to Yaakov Avinu. He says mamish in the singular, pray urevei, not pru urevu. So now it's a little bit of agata, no connection to before, just the same person. It says in the pasuk, we have a mitzvah to give toichacha, rebuke your friend who's not doing something properly. So, just like there's a mitzvah to say something that will be accepted by the other person, kach mitzvah al odam sheloi loymar davar she'enoi nishma. There's another mitzvah. Don't say something to somebody that's not going to listen. So let's say, this is a typical case. Lashon hara. Guy saying a gishmak juicy story, then the sister jumps up. Lashon hara. Is she mekayim mitzvah or an aver? What is she doing? Huh? Rabbi Isai, anybody? It's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah. No? Anybody else? I'm not going to listen. I'm going to keep on going. No? Why is it a mitzvah? Why? So for me, I can't say anything clear over here, but there's definitely something that's a deraisa, a mefurish deraisa. So you are supposed to say, what if he's a complete les? Not. There's details I don't even know how to get out of it. I'm just saying, ayin sham. If you want to make your own psak, you should just know that it's not so simple to give techacha. and it's once it's a deraisa like lashon hara or mamish a real deraisa, the chayr you should, but I don't know. Don't be samechami at all. Just remember that there's a nida in here. In what case and how, etc. Rabbi Abba Omer chayva. It's a chiyuv, it's not a mitzvah. You're mechuyev to be quiet. Shenemar al toichach leitz penis noeka. You shouldn't give musar to a clown, a leitz, a person that makes chayzik penis noeka, because he might hate you. Hoichach lechacham ve'yahavcha ve'yaveka. To chacham, he'll appreciate. You're making a mistake. Yeah, it's a little hurtful, but you appreciate. You become a better person, etc. Okay. V'omar, I had a situation on Shabbos. One of my guests, I saw him taking water, and he was about to wipe off a stain. So I told him gently. I said, it's probably better not to. And then afterwards, I told him. I said. So he said, no, he was just trying to remove the the thicker thing, whatever. But that was the deraisa, and usually I don't. It's uncomfortable, he's a guest and everything. I'm going to start giving him musar now. Not musar, just some people are not very familiar with all Hilchos Shabbos, and they you see in shul. What? So again, it could be whatever. If you normally would walk, not makbid with the stains. So if you're not makbid, why are you sitting there in shul and doing it in front of everybody? Anyway, okay. When we learn Shabbos, Beis Hashem, 5 years from now, we'll discuss. I just threw it out there as a thing. It just happens all the time, and personally, I get a little annoyed when people tell me stuff, like my chavrusa, you should swallow before you say the bracha. Okay, it hurts, but I think you become a little bit of a better person at the end of the day but in each situation, you should know what you're doing, whether it's deraisa, not deraisa, v'chulu, v'chulu. Says the Gemara. V'omar Rabbi Lo Mishum Rabbi Lazar Rabbi Shimon Muter Lo Adam L'Shanois. This is the sugya, boys. Everybody knows this sugya. Everybody knows this halacha. This is the daf right here. Amud Beis in Yevamos. Muter Lo Adam L'Shanois B'dvar Shalom. If you're trying to make peace, you could change the situation a little bit. Shenemar Avicha Tziva. Here's the pasuk. It's kind of long. Vayomru Lu Yistamenu Yosef V'Hashev Yashiv Lanu Es Kol Hara. When Yaakov Avinu was nifter, they were concerned that Yosef is going to take revenge. It's called a rush, and then it says, our father Yaakov Avinu said he should be nice to us. They made up a story. Pasha made it up. Why? Because they wanted to live in peace. I don't think they were worried about their life. They just wanted to live in peace. They didn't want to have fights. Mitzvah, it's a mitzvah to be mishana for shalom. So by Shmuel, do I have it? Yeah. How am I going to go anoint the David HaMelech, and by the time I get there, he's going to kill me? So Hashem tells Shmuel, take a carbon and say that you came to bring a carbon. So you see that even Hashem was mishana, which I had a problem with because Hashem is not mishana. Hashem made a tzivui. Hashem just created a new tzivui. But Taisus, not Taisus, Taisus Yishanim here on the side, he says a lashon. Yeah, it's coming up, Tzaddik. It's coming up. Now people are going to say, it's not fair, we didn't hear what he said. He said, the Gemara copied me. Okay, so, no, again, the rule is, if it's shtusam avam like that, I usually don't repeat, but because I left, okay, fine. No, it's part of the shiur. He's one of the Baldwins. Oh, did I give you a package? Okay, I got it. Okay, the Baldwin brothers get a package of these magnets. Fine. So it says over here in the Tosfos Yishanim, it seems like He said he got. I'll repeat. He said he got this lousy. Let me just show you. You got this small package of Baldwin Brother magnets available at mdymerge.com in return for me destroying his medical career. Because when people come to him now as patients, they say, you're the Baldwin brother, and they don't take him seriously. He tries to get in stitches, he tries to do plastic surgery. Nobody wants plastic surgery from one of the Baldwin. You're dead, you're alive, nobody knows his matzav. Okay, fine. I ruined your career. Come on, those girls. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. You have more people wanting to come to your school this year than last year. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so Noam Fix is one of the Baldwin brothers. He had suffered no consequences. I'm not taking this, but don't. It didn't hurt his career. Didn't hurt your career. You have more bristle, more they're flying you around the world. The whole thing. Okay. That's right. 10% of all. Yeah. Zok the Gemara. Don't think that. Oh, we have 4 minutes left. Okay. No, so I didn't even say the Taisis Yishanim. He says that what's the problem is that he didn't say the whole truth and nothing but the truth. There's something called the whole truth. If you say half the truth, only half, that's not the whole truth, right? Maybe that's the pshat in all those lashonos. The truth, nothing but the whole truth. The whole truth means he came for 2 reasons. He didn't come to give a carbon. He came to give a carbon and to get rid of Shaul. And to bring. So what he's saying, you came for a carbon. Yeah, you're right. You came for a carbon. That's the problem. Okay. Did I say the Shiloh that they asked for Zilberstein? A guy goes to Chanel store. He grabs a bag over there and he puts in from the Merkaz over here in Ramat Bet Shemesh a diamond ring that's made out of plastic and puts in the Chanel bag and gives it to his wife. Is that mutter or aser? His wife Mamish thinks she got a Chanel ring and it cost him 14 shekel.
We stop recording this just for a minute.
The answer is he says you could. Anyway, fine. It's there. It's not Gnevis Das. She doesn't expect she wants a nice gift. And Rabbi say, I'm not going to do this, but I'm telling the Olam they should go out today and buy their wife a cheap gift. Be nice. Say that it's because you went to the daf and you heard in the daf. It's a good idea. Give the daf a little credit. I myself am not going to do it. The Rabbi Shmuel Tana God Allah Shalom She'avagosh Baruch Hu Shina Badi. Because Baruch Hu changed the Mikarik Siv Adoni Zakin. Sorry, Menu said that my husband is old. He's 99. Baruch Hu changed it that she's old, which is a very, very chashuv and nekuda because at the end of the day, think about it. Avraham Avinu said about himself that he's old, and everybody knows he's old. But when you hear it from somebody else, it hurts a lot. It doesn't matter what you. So, okay, fine. And everybody should be working on the Shalom Bayis, even though they're 99 years old. So, it says that Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika says both people are chayiv and pruruvu. Itmar. Rabbi Yochanan ben Ben Levi. Chad Omar halacha Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika, Chad Omar halacha Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika. So we have a machlokes, what the machlokes is, or how to paskin. This time the Rabbi Yochanan the Omar in halacha. Let's say the Rabbi Yochanan says the halacha is not like Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika, like we paskin today, that the pruruvu is only on the man. The Yosef Rabbi Avo v'Ka'amar mishmei Rabbi Yochanan halacha. And he said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan that the halacha is like Rabbi Yochanan Broika. V'adrinu Rabbi Ami v'Rabbi Asi Lapayu. They didn't want to tell him you're wrong, so instead of telling you wrong, they turned their faces around. Vikid Amri wasn't Rabbi Abba, Rabbi Chia bar Abba Omar. Same story. V'adrinu Rabbi v'Rabbi Asi Lapayu. They turned around. Vikid Omar Apapa. Why did they turn the faces? Rabbo had an in with the king, so they couldn't tell him to his face he was wrong. So they didn't say a thing. But if it's the other one, they should have said straight to his face. You're wrong. Rabbi Yochanan didn't say that halacha might have Ella. Bottom line is, what does Rabbi Yochanan hold? There's a story that there was a man who couldn't have children. He was married for 10 years. And his wife wanted a get. He should release her and give her a ksuba. If she's not mechuyev on pruruvu, ksuba ma'avita. Why does she need a ksuba? What's her excuse for getting divorced? She's coming and demanding divorce for no good reason. She doesn't have a chiyuv to have children. Says the Gemara, what do you mean no good reason? Maybe she has a good reason. It's interesting. The Gemara doesn't say her taina is, I want to have children. She has a different good taina. I want to get. I want an ksuba. Amar lo zil lo impactis. You're not mechuyev and pruvu. Amar le mesivadi lo mateva lo dahachitza. When I get older, who's going to take care of me? That's a great excuse. I need kids to take care of me. Omar kiha vadi kafina. That's a great taina. Release her and give her a ksuba. Here, look, I have a picture. You see, everybody gets old eventually. When you get old, even the Burka lady, she needs a cane. Who's going to pay for my cane? Who's going to pay for my shovel? And kvura. Yeah, I don't need a cane. Liyada for my hand. Umara and a shovel. Oh, that's a great taina. You want children, it's time to have children, that's not a good taina. But for kvura, I understand. Says the famous Rebbe Chia had the twins, Yehuda v'Chizkiya, two massive gemaras about them, right? Mashiach should have came because of them, the whole thing. I looked it up. It's actually, there was a story in Baltimore in 1996 where a woman had this exact story. She had twins 3 months apart. In the 7th month and the 9th month. The beginning of the 7th and the 9th. Why did I look it up? Because yesterday, my brother was saying, Ima my mother, used to say that you walked when you were 6 months old. I remember she said it. So I was like, 6 months old is pretty advanced. So I went on Google. I was like, what's the earliest a kid could walk? It says, Guinness World Record, a kid walked when he was 6 months old. So it ruined it. I for sure am not the Guinness World Record, right? I'm not going to compete with the record. So what is she? And I can't ask her. And she's very good with dates and everything. That's it. My record is over. Google ruined it. But I decided to go again to check this. Google is Hayom Bizman hazeh. It's shaykh such a ma'isa. What are you asking me? Think about the maternity leave of this. She gets like 3 months maternity leave, and then boop, another time. What's going on? 2 births, 2 maternity leaves. So what happened was, one was born at the end of 9 months, one was born in the beginning of 7. Says the Gemara, Yehudis devisu the Rebbe Chia, so the mother, Yehudis, havali tzar leida. She couldn't take it anymore. As Gemara is going to say, she had 2 times twins. So she had to go ask the Gadol Hador the question. The problem is that the Gadol Hador happened to be her husband. Shana Imana. So she changed her clothing. I guess he didn't recognize her. He was only married to her. So she changed her clothing. Now he didn't recognize her. Amra. And he didn't recognize her voice either. As a woman, she probably made a squeaky voice or something. And she asked the shayla. She wanted to hear the psak herself. Omar law, loy. Said no, she's not mechuyev in pruvu. What did she do? She drank some potion that destroyed her innards. She can't have children anymore. The Marshal's Goris, she was megal to him. What happened? Amallah, instead of being upset at her, I wish if only you would have given birth to 1 more pair of twins. 6 is enough. Those 2 were twins. Pazivitavi, another twin girls they had. Achvasa. That's it. Says the Gemara. What, a woman is not mechuyev and pruvu. Top of Samach Vavam Dal. Rav Ketino and Rav Yitzchak Ma'aseh Bishachas Shechatz Shivcha V'Chezi Baschorim. We had this Gemara. A woman is half slave. Now she can't get married, she can't do anything. The Kav was Rav Vasol ben Baschorim. And they made her master free her. So, real quickly, I just got to tell you, the reason why they had to free her is not because of her chiyah for pruvu, but because they were treating her befkeris. So you see from here of Moyerdegi side, when you put a person in a corner, you don't give him an option out. This is very negat to chinuch. You don't give a kid an option out. They will be chayta. You have to give a kid an option out. But bottom line is, we paskin pruvu is on the man, but the R Eli, the Ran says that a woman also has a chiyuv of pruv she has a chiyuv because she's helping her husband. She's Messiah. And some want to learn, the Makna learns in the Ran that he means the chiyuv is l'sheves yitzara. Others argue, the Shita L'Leidami says that there's a mitzvah d'Rabbanan for a woman. Atkan, have a wonderful day. Hadran aloch haba yevimtoi, Hadran aloch haba yevimtoi, Hadran aloch haba yevimtoi.